Hello and welcome to Minecraft episode 57. Yeah, I zooms in. Right, for some reason the game says it's snowing in my house in third person. I don't get that. It's never done that before. So yeah, a little bit strange. Today I am taking on some mobs and we're listening to Kevin Wilson. So sit back, relax, enjoy the video, enjoy the music.
You could see a blue was brewing as they eyed each other off, and the tension only mounted when Snaky won the toss. You break, he said to Lofty as he chucked across the queue, and the tension in the pub just grew and grew.
I'll break all right,
Said Lofty as he snapped the queue in half, and flung it back at Snake and said,
You shove this up your ass.
Me nana give me that, said Snaky. Mate, you're fucking gone. And the Featherbrain Championship was on. It was the front bar Featherbrain non-title fight. Two blokes the size of buffaloes, big but not too bright. And no one give two knobs a goat shit who was wrong or right. At the front bar Featherbrain non-title fight. No one seemed to know too much about their pedigrees. In that sort of place, you didn't ask them sort of things. They said Lofty's from the top end, he was ugly, dumb and mean. Used a welder's wire brush to scrub his teeth. And Snake was just plain ugly, where he come from no one knew. Reckon Rambo would have shit himself if Snakey told him to. And together they weighed half a ton in singlet, shorts and thongs. There was no cunt home, but all the lights were on. The breeze near knocked me over when Snake threw the opening punch. It seemed to come from nowhere, I just heard this sickening crunch. I thought if any bastard lived through that, they're pretty fucking good. It was like a railway fettler's hammer splitting wood. It slammed Lofty against the 8-ball table, flipped it on its edge. But he just casually got up, walked around, then ripped off all the legs. Then one by one he smashed the cunts across Snakey's ugly head. If his brain weren't so well padded, he'd be dead. But Snake just shook his skull and blinked a bit and slowly looked around. Then chucked a right that could have knocked the war memorial down. And the force of it sent Lofty flying, crashing through the wall. Now there's a doorway where there weren't one there before. He landed ass up in the shithouse with his feet stuck in the air. With bricks and shit and broken glass and paper everywhere. And caked in that and crap, he ripped the dunny off the wall. And armed with that, fuck all brains went back for more. He slammed that dunny over Snakey's head, shattering it to bits. Peppering them with porcelain and splattering them with shit. And there was teeth amongst the muck and shit. Whose they were you couldn't tell. But it looked like Lofty lost an ear as well. And Snake's right eye was swollen shut from where he'd copped one hard. Fair dinkum made it look as black as Ernie Dingo's ass. But with all the pieces missing and with all the blood and gore, they weren't as fucking ugly as before. There was flesh and hair and skin and bone and blood splashed on the wall. And them two bastards wallowing in it, rolling across the floor. And the publican just scratched his balls, wondering, looking round. Should he clean the bastard up or burn it down? Most blues you see turn out to be a win or loss or draw. But fucked if I've seen both opponents lose a fight before. And I heard Snakey say to Lofty as they crawled towards the bar, "Fuck the snooker, wanna game of darts?" It was the front bar Featherbrain non-title fight. Two blokes the size of buffaloes, big but not too bright. And no one give two knobs a goat shit who was wrong or right. At the front bar Featherbrain non-title fight. It was the front bar Featherbrain non-title fight. Two blokes the size of buffaloes, big but not too bright. And no one give two knobs a goat shit who was wrong or right. At the front bar Featherbrain non-title fight. It was the front bar Featherbrain non-title fight. Two blokes the size of buffaloes, big but not too bright. And no one give two knobs a goat shit who was wrong or right.
Here.
too much of me time buying dinner and wine, and me money on flowers and lollies, only to find that what's on me mind isn't on hers and she's sorry. So I've made up some lines that save wasting time and keep me from blowing me brass. I'm ever so cool, I just prop on the stool right next to hers and I ask, do you fuck on first dates? Does your dad own a brewery? Could I feel your tits? Or would you show them to me? 'Cause you got a nice head and you look pretty honest. Savvy face will be leaving in quarter of an hour. I'd like you to be honest. You know how it feels when you first meet a Sheila and the bullshit you gotta go through. Like calling her up and telling her you love her when all that you love is just a screw. But she wants to hold hands and you to meet her old man and sit around for hours and talk. But me new method is you just cut through the shit and get down to the goodies straight off. Do you fuck on first dates? Does your dad own a brewery? Could I feel your tits? Or would you show them to me? Do you sleep in the nick? Do you give head very often? If we can decide your place or mine, we can fuck off then. So the next time you see a good-looking Sheila and you'd give a week's pay to hold her, don't sit acting dumb, just front her full on and drop a few lines that I told you. This new method of mine might not work every time, but then again no method will. I've been spat at and slapped and kneed in the knackers, but then I got a few fucks as well. Do you fuck on first dates? Does your dad own a brewery? Could I feel your tits? Or would you show them to me? If the answer is no to me questions above, then be a good sport and give me the name of a girlfriend who does. I just blew it and come in me pants and it was over before it began. I'll never forget the strain and the sweat as I fumbled with your gear. 100 degrees with the windows wound up so your mum and dad couldn't hear. Trying me best to unzip your dress and unhook your bra with one hand. And just when I thought I was doing alright, I come in me pants again and it was over before it began. Blouses and buttons and bras and buckles and stuff, but I'm getting cold. First time I'd had a tit in me since I was 9 months old. I had lover's balls and you had no idea of the pitch of me passion and pain. Trying to stay cool with me knackers on fire, I come in me pants again. Oh shit, and again. You wouldn't give and I wouldn't go and we couldn't seem to agree. You got the giggles and I got the shits, then you wouldn't talk to me. And when we made up and we started again, your dad banged on the roof and he yelled, "What are you two kids up to in there?" And I shit in me pants as well, and it was over. Before it began. You hear people say that they'd love to go back and do things that they did in the past. But if you reckon they were the real good old days, you can go stick 'em right up your ass. Cause when I look back how I came and I went with a tear in me eye, I recall how I had a cut of a knife, but me undies had a ball and it was over. Before it began. Shit, I hope I don't go through that again. Yuck. The Dickens family planted that first row of apple trees in the Dickens family orchard back in 1953. They waited till that first crop was juicy, red and ripe, then picked and pressed and bottled that very first batch of Dickens cider. It was the tastiest, fizziest, sweetest apple cider ever made. And their slogan was, "Gotta have a Dickens cider every day." And I'd sing along with their radio jingle, and although I'd never tried it, couldn't wait till I was old enough to try my first Dickens cider. Dickens cider, gotta have a Dickens cider, gotta have a Dickens cider every day. Mother Nature's picked me up, feel good tonic, fix it up, gotta have a Dickens cider every day. Gotta have a Dickens cider every day. I had my first Dickens cider when I was 17, and my girlfriend at the time never had a Dickens cider either. We fumbled till we got the top off, and when we finally did, it spurred all over her face and hair and dress and down my leg. From then on in, we had a Dickens cider on every single day, and a quickie Dickens cider when I dropped her at a gate. But she blabbed and told her mother, and the next thing that I knew, found out that her mother loved a Dickens cider too. Dickens cider, gotta have a Dickens cider, gotta have a Dickens cider every day. Mother Nature's picked me up, feel good tonic, fix it up, gotta have a Dickens cider every day. Gotta have a Dickens cider every day. Dickens cider before breakfast is a great start to the day. Dickens cider right on bedtime and you'll sleep like a baby. 69% proof stress relief for women and for men. Even my old man enjoys a Dickens cider now and then. It's medicinal and healthy and it's guaranteed to work. So before you see a doctor, try a Dickens cider first. Puts a positive bounce back in your step, your eyes will sparkle a little brighter. And remember, any time's a good time for a good stiff Dickens cider. Dickens cider, gotta have a Dickens cider, gotta have a Dickens cider every day. Mother Nature's picked me up, feel good tonic, fix it up, gotta have a Dickens cider every day. Gotta have a Dickens cider every day. Gotta have a Dickens cider every day. The bus dropped them back at the Barbie. From a girls' night out on the town, and from amongst the drabble and dribble and lipstick, Betty stood out from the crowd. They'd only been back at the Barbie 10 minutes, but Betty got the mob all going. And it became my observation, I better get Betty home. I'd better get Betty home, folks. I'd better get Betty home. Just finish your drink and wipe your chin, love. Come, taking you home. Oh, come, Betty. Competition's over. You're embarrassing me in front of me mates. They only wanted 5 words for arsehole, and so far you give them 28. You're a funny bugger, Betty, and I've always said you sure know how to have fun. But you mentioned my name 5 times already, so come on, Betty, I'm taking you home. I better get Betty home, folks. I better get Betty home. Come on, Bet, you're having too much fun. Come on, Betty, I'm taking you home. Oh, come on, Betty. Competition's over. You're embarrassing me in front of me mates. Vodka, Shiraz and rum don't mix and you're dribbling all over the place. You're a funny bugger, Betty, and I've always said you sure know how to have fun. But you squeeze their canary into your fucking drink. Come on, Betty, I'm taking you home. I better get Betty home, folks. I better get Betty home. Can't bet. Time for bed. Come on, lovey, I'm taking you home. Oh, come on, Betty. Competition's over. You're embarrassing me in front of me mates. Setting farts on fire's blokey stuff. Sheilas ain't supposed to do that, eh? You're a funny bugger, Betty, and I've always said you sure know how to have fun. So pull up your knickers and give them back their matches. Come on, Betty, I'm taking you home. I better get Betty home, folks. I better get Betty home. Can't bet before you start a bushfire. Come on, Bet, I'm taking you home. Oh, come on, Betty. Competition's over. You're embarrassing me in front of me, mates. They don't want to see your new tattoo. You ain't got a tattoo. Oh, fuck me, hooray. You're a funny bugger, Betty, and I've always said you sure know how to have fun. But you don't even like fucking AC/DC. Come on, Betty, I'm taking you home. I better get Betty home, folks. I better get Betty home. So tuck your tit and your tat back into your tank top. Come on, Betty, we're going home. I better get Betty home, folks. I better get Betty home. We'll be back in a couple of days to apologise. But I better get Betty home. Been mates all our lives, even played in the same band. Best gig we ever got was at a country pub, one Easter long weekend. And better than that, the wives were invited and we all had double rooms. Bit of quality time for the boys and the brides, like a second honeymoon. We set up the band while the girls got settled and we done a final sound check. Then we run upstairs for a peck and a promise, then we run back down again. Because the pub was pumped and the band kicked ass. Of course, me and Nige got pissed. With the added bonus of a guaranteed route, life don't get better than this. Then after the gig, we had a few more beers and played a few rounds of pool. We were both pretty pissed when we gave it a miss. I lost 20, Nige beat me by 2. And then he said, "Kurt, I'll make you a bet. Double or nothing will do. I'll bet you that 20 when we get upstairs I get more roots than you." Nigel, fucking legend. So we both both stumbled upstairs and then shook hands and wished each other good luck, knowing full well that the competition's on and tomorrow we'll be carrying funds. Could hardly wait to get the key in the door, because the missus was waiting there too. Spread out on the bed in a negligee. Come here, Rambo, I've been waiting for you. Number one was fun for the missus and me, got up to stuff we hadn't done in years. So I marked it on the wall with a piece of chalk that I found behind the ear. Then I must have dozed off, because when I looked at the clock by the bed it said 2:15. So I give her a nudge, said, "You wake, love?" No response. Thank you. Number two. Next thing I knew, it was 6 o'clock, because I woke up with a huge piss horn. But before I could go, the missus had him by the throat. "Rambo wants some more." Then she dragged me to the shower. Took another half hour, but I didn't mind at all. Lay back on the bed, thought, good on you, Kev, as I marked a third stroke on the wall. I was dozing off again, a contented man, just thinking about my good luck, with the missus whispering in me ear, "Rambo want another buck." Then all hell broke loose and there was banging and smashing, and you never guess who crashed through the door. Pump full of Viagra, frothing at the mouth, dick dribbling all over the floor. Yep, you guessed it, Nigel! Fucking legend. He left a snail trail as he crawled to me bed and looked up at the marks I'd made. Then he shook me hand and give me a hug and a big old mate. Then he stood up straight, dick dangling in me face, and saluted to the lines I drew. "Fucking hell, Kevin, 111? You beat me by 2. Nigel! Fucking legend. Nigel! Fucking legend. Nigel! Fucking legend. Nigel! Fucking legend. Nigel! Thank you very much. Mega fuglies. Sheilas, you know, if they didn't have a fanny between their legs, they'd have a fucking bounty on their head. You know the ones on... She's a super mega fugly with a mouldy mango twist, complexion like a pizza with warts and moles and zits. And just to even say a name, you gotta be half pissed, 'cause she's a super mega fugly with a mouldy mango twist. When she was born, the doctor slapped her mother in the mouth. And when they brought her home, they wouldn't let her in the house. And as she grew, it's sad to say, she just grew uglier. They tied some snags around her neck so the dog would play with her. Before she went to school each day, they had to iron her face. She'd get the cuts for coming early and merit points for coming late. And they had a portrait painted in 6 different shades of shit, 'cause she's a super mega fugly with a mouldy mung bean twist. She's a super mega fugly with a mouldy mung bean twist, including her own mum and dad. She's never yet been kissed. And just to even say a name, you gotta be half pissed, 'cause she's a super mega fugly with a mouldy mung bean twist. When she puts on a lipstick, it keeps backing down the tube, and I've woke up screaming, dreaming that I'd seen her in the nude. When she sits on the beach, the tide's too frightened to come in. A sperm whale tried to root her last time she went for a swim. If they made an ugly meter, she'd blow the thing to bits. Under grotesque in the dictionary, there's a photo of her tits. And if I ever cracked a fat for her, I'd amputate me dick, 'cause she's a super mega fugly with a busted arsehole twist. She's a super mega fugly with a busted arsehole twist, Hell's Angels wouldn't root her, said they're not that fucking sick. So she bought herself a dildo, but she couldn't keep it stiff, 'cause she's a super mega fugly with a busted arsehole twist. She's a super mega fugly, oh God, she's fucking ugly. She's a super mega fugly with a hanging hemorrhoid twist.
Sounds wonky already, doesn't it? Spiros and Athena, they met at the village fair. He was bold as bowling ball and she was thick with hair. He won ribbons for his prize goats. First year that he wins, she won his heart when she picked up them goats and carried them home for him. They both got drunk on ouzo, she said yes when he proposed. Now he finally get to fuck a woman instead of fucking ghosts. And Athena's getting her badge waxed for the wedding. Special gift for Spiros when needing those wedding bells. Athena's getting her badge waxed for the wedding. And her monobrow, her mustache back and butt crack waxed as well. Athena had a young sister named Katrina. She was hot, sexy, slim and beautiful, all things Athena's not. 1 week before the wedding, when Spiros make a call, he parked his bicycle against the fence and knocked upon the door. Young Katrina answered naked, he could not believe his luck. She smiled at him seductively, all he could say was, fuck, holy bloody fuck. Then she whispered, she's not mine. 'Cause Athena's getting her badge waxed for the wedding. Special gift for Spiros when needing those wedding bells. Athena's getting her badge waxed for the wedding. And her monobrow, her mustache back and butt crack waxed as well. But Spiros spun around and started running towards the gate when Athena's mum and dad popped up shouting, Spiros, wait! Young Katrina was just testing you, and now we know for sure you're the special man our family wants to be our son-in-law. Again he wiped his brow and thought, how lucky can I be? I was running to get condom hid beneath bicycle seat. You can clap hands for this bit while Athena's getting her badge waxed for the wedding. Special gift for Spiros when needing those wedding bells. Athena's getting her badge waxed for the wedding. And her monobrow, her mustache back and butt crack waxed as well. And her monobrow, her mustache back and butt crack waxed as well. Hey! How good are you, mate?
Latest buzzword buzzing round seems to be Me Too, and they're lining up with stories to tell about sexual harassment. Well, it's happened to me too. Fucking heaps of times, but mostly by myself. Wouldn't be a day goes by when I didn't grab me pecker around the neck and crank the living daylights out of him. Unwanted sexual advances, maybe yes, maybe not, 'cause I wanted it alright, but I'm not dobbing myself in. Instead I'm gonna start a movement called DIY Me Too. After years and years of self-inflicted sexual abuse, not only am I victim, I'm the perpetrator too. So I'm gonna start a movement called DIY Me Too. To the point now where I just can't trust myself. But at the same time, I can't wait to be alone. I know what's gonna happen. I'm frightened yet excited. Can't take a shit or shower without romancing the bone. Is it bragging or complaining? Is it my personal best or worst? My room's jack-off central, but a crime scene as well. So should I send myself some flowers or a subscription to a new porn site? Or sue myself for a drum of KY gel? I'm confused. So I'm gonna start a movement called DIY Me Too. After years and years of self-inflicted sexual abuse, not only am I a victim, I'm the perpetrator too. So I'm gonna start a movement called DIY Me Too. I'm gonna start a movement called DIY Me Too. After years and years of self-inflicted sexual abuse, not only am I a victim, I'm the perpetrator too. So I'm gonna start a movement called DIY Me Too. I'm gonna start a movement called DIY Me Too. Political correctness. It's political, it ain't correct. Those two words don't fucking fit. So I wrote a little PC pushback song that I'd love for you to sing. While we flip them PC pricks the finger singing F-U-P-C. Fuck you, political correctness, F-U-P-C. You're crippling free thinking and you're strangling free speech. The world's flipping you the finger, don't give a rat's ass what you think. Fuck you, political correctness, F-U-P-C. Flip and sing. Fuck you, political correctness, F-U-P-C. I learned that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt. Armed with that and a dilly-gap attitude, my world just seemed to work. But them precious PC snowflakes take offence to everything we say. Millennial dyslexics, they read everything round the wrong fucking way. So I say, fuck you, political correctness, F-U-P-C. You're crippling free thinking and you're strangling free speech. The world's flipping you the finger, don't give a rat's ass what you think. Fuck you, political correctness, F-U-P-C. Flip and sing. Fuck you, political correctness, F-U-P-C. Where's all this PC bullshit coming from? What happened to common sense? Trying to convince us now you can pick up a dog shit by the cleanest end. Don't want us to have an opinion. Can't say now what you see. You know what I see? A bunch of fragile, soft-cocked fucktards. F-U-P-C. Fuck you, political correctness. F-U-P-C. You're crippling free thinking and you're strangling free speech. The world's flipping you the finger, don't give a rat's ass what you think. So fuck you, political correctness, F-U-P-C. Flip 'em one for their dog. Fuck you, political correctness, F-U-P-C. One for the horse they rode in on. Fuck you, political correctness, F-U-P-C. I'm the sort of bloke that'd like to think that if I could go back in time, Banjo and Henry and even Ned Kelly would all be good mates of mine. 'Cause they're piss-pots, poets and outlaws, and I can relate to that. And I can relate to their attitude too. In a word, dillygaff. That's spelled D-I-L-L-I-G-A-F, dillygaff. And this is what it means. Do I look like I give a fuck? Dillygaff. Am I being direct enough? Dillygaff. It's just another way of saying I couldn't give a fucking rat's ass, mate. And do I look like I give a fuck? Dillygaff. Your turn. Do I look like I give a fuck? Dillygaff. You see, it's stress relief made easy. It's simple and it works. Just say dillygaff next time you got to deal with dickheads, wankers and jerks. And when you go out, stick a dillygaff on your t-shirt or your hat. And when some cunt's giving you the shits, just say, mate, read that. That spells D-I-L-L-I-G-A-F, dillygaff. Do I look like I give a fuck? Dillygaff. Am I being direct enough? Dillygaff. Just another way of saying I couldn't give a fucking rat's ass, mate. Do I look like I give a fuck? Dillygaff. Your turn. Do I look like I give a fuck? Dillygaff. Do it again. Do I look like I give a fuck? Dillygaff. Am I politically correct enough? Dillygaff. Just another way of saying I couldn't give a rodent's rectum, mate. Do I look like I give a fuck? Dillygaff. Your turn. Do I look like I give a fuck? Dillygaff. Be finished. Do I look like I give a fuck? Dillygaff. Common sense ain't that common anymore. Seems common sense is past tense, just like the dinosaur. Political correctness has got a lot to answer for, 'cause common sense ain't that common anymore. Political correctness, what a crock of shit. If it's political, it ain't correct. Those two words don't fucking fit. Nor do military intelligence, friendly fire and holy war. But common sense ain't that common anymore. Words made up by academic fuckwits who hide in little fart-filled rooms, throwing random words together 'cause they got fuck all else to do. Starts out as yuppie jargon, ends up fucking law, 'cause common sense ain't that common anymore. Common sense ain't that common anymore. Seems common sense is past tense, just like the dinosaur. Political correctness has got a lot to answer for, 'cause common sense ain't that common anymore. Words like illegal immigrant, is that a fucked up double or what? If you're an immigrant, g'day and welcome. If you're illegal, fuck off. And who's them low-life toe rags letting them sneak through our back door? 'Cause common sense ain't that common anymore. Racist, there's one overused word that's laced with toxic venom, spat out by every do-gooder and minority group when you don't agree with them. Mate, this is Australia. One size fits all, but common sense ain't that common anymore. Common sense ain't that common anymore. Seems common sense is past tense, just like the dinosaur. Political correctness has got a lot to answer for, 'cause common sense ain't that common anymore. Petty crime, there's no such thing. Some poor bastard's got to pay. Here's two words that just might work. Rattan cane. We don't need a fucking police service. Bring back the police force, 'cause common sense ain't that common anymore. So all you soft-cock politicians, try getting your head around this. You're fucking up a great country, and we're tired of that PC shit. Try using a little more common sense. That's what we're paying you for, but common sense ain't that common anymore. Common sense ain't that common anymore. Seems common sense is past tense, just like the dinosaur. Political correctness has got a lot to answer for, 'cause common sense ain't that common anymore. Common sense ain't that common anymore. No, common sense ain't that common anymore. Last year we went into Canada as part of this world tour, and it was quite interesting because to go to different countries you always got to apply for a visa, and you also have to let them know what you do. And we always chase what we call an R rating, meaning that we'd hate kids to come to the show for very obvious reasons. So we always look for an R rating, and we applied for that in Canada, and they gave us the visa with the R rating on the show, which wasn't a problem. But then one of the guys from the consulate over there, he rang our office in Perth and said, look, can you tell Kev that we've given him the okay to go ahead with us, but you...
Right, I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, hit that bell for notifications, and there'll be more Minecraft tomorrow. And until then, I will see you all again. Goodbye.